Equestrian Life in the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches, the best way to experience Florida. On this episode of Equestrian Life in the Palm Beaches, we'll discover the history of cowboys in the state of Florida, plus the tradition of rodeos right here in the beautiful Palm Beaches where the spirit of the West comes alive.
Let your spirit rise.
Our Winter Equestrian Festival is the world's largest and longest running equestrian sports event.
Let your spirit rise.
The National Polo Center in Wellington, one of the world's largest, attracts top athletes and spectators for world-class polo, festive field-side brunches, and non-stop fun in the sun. And that's not all. Equestrian Life in the Palm Beaches will focus on every aspect of the incredible equestrian lifestyle right here in Palm Beach County. From competitions, events, and training to trail riding and equine therapy. When it's winter everywhere else, it's equestrian season right here in the Palm Beaches. So get ready for some horseplay, Palm Beaches style.
You gotta let your spirit rise.
Equestrian Life in the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Log on to thepalmbeaches.tv to learn more. While the cowboy culture is often associated with the American West, particularly states like Texas and Arizona, there's also a history of cowboys in Florida. In the 19th century, Florida had a significant cattle industry, and cowboys played a crucial role in herding and managing cattle. Florida cowboys, often referred to as crackers or cow hunters, had a distinct style and approach to ranching. Compared to their counterparts in the western states, they were known for using whips, particularly the Florida cow whip, which was a tool for herding cattle in the dense palmetto and scrub environments of the region. Today, while the cowboy culture may not be as prominent as it once was in Florida, there are still ranches and cattle operations in the state. Rodeos, cowboy festivals, and many other events celebrate Florida's cowboy heritage, keeping those traditions alive. So while Florida might not be the first state that comes to mind when thinking about cowboys, it has a rich history of ranching and cowboy culture that has left an enduring legacy. Now, rodeo is a competitive sport that originated in the late 19th century and has since become a symbol of Western heritage and cowboy skills. Welcome to the 21st annual Arrigo Dodge Extreme Rodeo. You need to get ready for some bronc spurring, bull stomping, and lightning fast cowgirl racing. Yeehaw! Woo!
Well, let me tell you a little something about me. When it's Saturday night, I need to blow off some steam.
The word rodeo is derived from the Spanish word for roundup or gathering. Early rodeos were informal competitions among cowboys to showcase their skills in riding, roping, and handling cattle. For you, what's the most thrilling part of getting up on there, seeing the fans in the stands with their cowboy hats on, rooting you on, but also just rooting to see a good show, right?
No, that's right. I don't know, my favorite part's winning. That's all I like to do is win.
Rodeo is often associated with a code of conduct, emphasizing values such as courage, integrity, and sportsmanship. The cowboy way of life is celebrated, and rodeo participants are seen as upholding these principles.
So we are at the South Florida Fairgrounds in West Palm Beach, Florida, getting ready to enter into the third action-packed performance of your 21st annual Arrigo Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Extreme Double K Rodeo. Double K Rodeo, Miss Cynthia Zug, the only female rodeo company owner anywhere in the Sunshine State. And guess what else? Over 110 rodeos a year she puts on right here in Florida. Rodeo is probably one of the best sports left that always honors God, family, and country. And what I love about it most, you can bring your small children here, or you can bring your elderly grandparents, and it really doesn't matter what's said. You don't have to worry about something being said you're going to have to explain,
Yeah.
or something being said or done that's just going to be embarrass you. It's just good, great family Christian entertainment.
Now, when people step in there, what's the first thing to expect? Now, I'm from Houston, Texas. I grew
Right.
up going to rodeos, so I know. Some people from the Sunshine State, this might be their first rodeo. What can they expect?
Well, they can expect a very patriotic opening ceremonies and a prayer honoring, like I said, our God, our family, and country. And then we introduce all of the rodeo personnel. We'll introduce you to each one of the bull riders, where they're from, their names, some of their accolades. You'll see the barrel racers in all of the grand entry where they come in on their horses. And then it's action-packed from the beginning. I'm talking about the most dangerous 8 seconds on earth. Out of the pulsating action of the bucking chutes, it's bull riding right there.
Is there a thing that people, when they get their first taste of the rodeo, that come back and say to you like, yo, I didn't imagine this?
I'll tell you right here, one of the main things that people don't understand is that, did you know that the state of Florida is the birthplace of the American cowboy? There were cowboys in the state of Florida 200 years before they ever moved west. Being a cowboy, number one, being a cowboy is cool.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
It looks
It's
cool.
Cool as the bottom side of the pillow. I love my job. I get to travel across the United States. This year I was very fortunate to announce 47 different events from as far south as here in West Palm Beach up to Minnesota and out to Guthrie, Oklahoma. I love working for Double K. I travel and do a lot of rodeos. But I'm telling you, Double K Rodeo Productions, if you're not here at the South Florida Fairgrounds, you need to mark it on your calendar. 3 rodeos right here a year out of that 109.
I'm a big vibes guy, right? What makes the vibe here in West Palm Beach, this rodeo, a can't miss affair that's different than other rodeos that you've maybe even announced?
It's electric. From the time you cross that state line and get on the turnpike, the further you get down here, the closer you get to these fairgrounds, you can feel the atmosphere.
Yes.
You can feel the excitement. I'm telling you, not just when the rodeo starts, traveling around town, eating at the local places, stopping at the gas stations, just all of that. I don't go anywhere somebody doesn't see my cowboy hat and say, hey, are you with the rodeo? When is it? Can you tell me how I can get tickets?
Yeah.
And you know, we welcome everybody to bring their families. We love it.
Look, y'all, special treat. We're here with Haley Wall, and before I even get into all the many things you do, because it's a lot, the rodeo can't happen without Haley Wall, who we got here as our special guest for real?
This is Willie. He is a 20-year-old quarter horse gelding. He's a Palomino color, and he is a wonderful friend.
The show doesn't start without Haley Wall. Not only are you a barrel racer, not only are you a trick rider, you also sing the national anthem, and you're part of the Open. What is the Open? How does the rodeo get started?
So the rodeo gets started usually with a patriotic song, and a team of riders ranging from 4 to 6 people come in and they do a pattern, and it's supposed to just be patriotic and get the crowd fired up and ready for the rodeo. Then we go in, we do trick riding, we come back out, then change into barrel racing, and then we change for the closing.
You're only 18 years old.
Yes, sir.
You're also studying in college right now, getting ready to go to law school next. You got so many things ahead of you. Where do you find the time to practice the singing and the trick riding and the barrel racing and all of the wonderful things you do here?
Well, there's 24 hours in a day, and there's 7 days a week, and that's a lot of hours. And as long as you don't waste your time, you have time for everything.
That's not only is she doing all of that, she's also a motivational speaker. Tap in. Tap in with Haley Wall.
So Willie, as you can tell, he's a very relaxed horse. He's very easygoing. He's what we call bomb-proof. So nothing but a bomb would scare him is what the phrase is about. He is a therapy horse, so veterans and kids with special needs ride him. And so that's really nice for the rodeo here, because rodeos are unpredictable, people are unpredictable, and things happen. But Willie's always been my rock, and I've never had to worry about him for anything.
Can I pet Willie? Where would I pet him at if I do?
So if you pet a horse right here, it's how a horse greets another horse.
Nice.
It shows them love. You can pat right here.
Little pat, okay.
Or sort of like this, and you can let him smell you.
Okay, so a rub right here. All right, Willie. Willie is so calm and nice, and then he can smell me right here. I smell good. I passed the smell check with Willie.
You do smell good.
Thank you. Oh my God, I was nervous, Willie. It's much love. It's much love, man. I don't know what else. Yep, you're a good guy. Coming up next, we'll find out what it takes to be a rodeo clown. Equestrian Life in the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches, the best way to experience Florida. The rodeo clown is no laughing matter. They play a crucial role in ensuring the safety of the riders. They distract bulls after a rider has been bucked off, helping to prevent injuries. Okay, I'm pumped about this because I'm joined by an exciting guest here. Tyler Pettigrew is a professional bull riding and rodeo entertainer. Now, a lot of people will say you're a rodeo clown.
Yes, sir.
What's your real role when we step inside of there?
When we step inside of there, when that show starts, it is my job to make sure them people have the most fun they can absolutely have at the rodeo each and every night. I'm the entertainer. I make sure everybody has fun. We're gonna clap, we're gonna sing, we're gonna dance. The bullfighters are the guys that, you know, they're kind of dressed like me, but their jobs are no joke.
Yeah.
They protect cowboys' lives, and if a situation does get bad enough, I will move in and help them guys out because each and every one of them guys is my friends, and I don't leave a man behind.
Now, a lot of what you do starts with what you wear and with the paint on your face. Just walk me through the decisions here to be dressed like this and do it.
You know, so the face paint, you know, we're rodeo clowns, it's a tradition. Entertainer's kind of a newer age thing, but I still like the traditional face paint. The uniforms, who doesn't love cheeseburgers?
I mean,
man?
cheeseburgers
Come
all
on.
over.
I mean, who doesn't love cheeseburgers? Come on, man.
I gotta ask too, then, you're here for the entertainment. You don't want to take away from the show.
No, absolutely
not. What are
not.
some of the things you add to it? What are some of the things you do?
You know, comic relief, messing with people, you know, getting them to dance, getting them to clap, you know, just making sure they have a good time. The cowboys and cowgirls are absolutely, and our animal athletes are absolutely the star of the show. When there's a moment where we're not bucking an animal or an animal's not performing, it's my job to come in there and entertain the crowd, you know, bring the energy, because the higher the energy, the better the animal athletes buck, the better the cowboys and cowgirls ride, and the better the rodeo fans get to watch a show.
So what looks like success to you then? You're looking for smiles on the faces of the fans. What looks like good to you?
I'm looking for everybody smile, like you said, smiles on faces, dancing, just forgetting about their problems in the world for 2 hours and hanging out with us.
Gotta love that. Now, there's one thing that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about your role is, how do you even get into it? How do you get picked for this? It seems like a really fun job.
So it's kind of crazy. I am a second generation rodeo entertainer. My dad is a rodeo entertainer. I've been at this 4 years. I did one event in 2019. Thought it was the awfulest thing I had ever done, ever seen.
What happened particularly?
I just thought I was not good, and then all of a sudden my phone started ringing and people were wanting me to come to their events, and now this is my full-time job.
Wow.
And I swore up and down, you know, I was a bull rider, a bullfighter, and I swore up and down I'd never be a rodeo clown, and here I am, biggest blessing of my life.
Well, we gotta love it. We're in for a treat.
Yes.
I can't wait to see you in action.
Oh man, it's gonna be so fun.
And I do want to ask, before we take off here, when you're in the midst of it, when you're kind of in your role, kind of playing it out, how much of you channeling your dad or other rodeo clowns or entertainers you saw in the past do you use?
You know, my dad is my hero, absolutely. We have different styles, but I still take, you know, the old man's always got one up on me. He's always smart and teaching me something. So I learn from him all the time and other rodeo clowns and friends, but I just try to be me when I go out there. And I've been a clown my whole life. You know, like
me too.
I was the class clown and all my teachers were wrong. Now I'm getting paid for it.
Look at that. A blinding success right here. Tyler Pettigrew, I can't wait to go watch some of the action.
Yes, sir.
Back in line, everybody back up, back in line, back in line.
Equestrian Life in the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Log on to thepalmbeaches.tv to learn more. The distinctive clothing worn by rodeo participants, including cowboy hats, boots, and denim, has become iconic and is often associated with Western fashion. I just picked up this hat today because I knew I was coming to the rodeo. It's obviously not the best high quality hat. First off, I gotta ask you, what can you tell about a man based on the hat he wears to the rodeo?
Oh man, the boots and the hat, that explains it all. It explains whether you're you're handy or not.
So what's your, you know, I got the hat, I don't got the boots
Yeah,
on. What do
man,
you think?
I ain't got no boots on either, don't worry.
So what do you think? What does this say about me?
I don't know if we can say that on TV.
Country and Western music are integral to the rodeo experience. Live performances and music add to the atmosphere of rodeo events. Now, rodeo isn't just a sport, but a way of life. For many people in rural communities, the skills demonstrated in rodeo events often have practical applications in ranching and cattle handling. The rodeo don't stop there, because now I'm joined with Hernan Velez, a rodeo announcer here, and I gotta start with this. I mean, I know everybody's got great clothes on. You really put it together here with the hat, the shirt, the blazer. I mean, are you always this vibrant? Are you always this vibrant with the wear?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What goes into that, and also, of course, the handlebar mustache. You gotta give us something.
Well, the handlebar mustache is relatively new.
Yeah.
My wife does not like it at all.
Yeah.
However, you come to the rodeo and you just kind of want to not necessarily fit in, because everybody fits in.
Yes.
But this is how I fit in.
I love it. I love it.
This is how I fit in. And I feel good, and it makes some kids smile, and it's just like, all right, this is pretty cool.
Well, then let's talk about some of the action. Once the kids are done smiling and loving your outfit and the mustache, they see the bull riding. They see the actual action that captivates you. How do you even get to describing that? You're tasked with talking on the mic. How do you describe the action you see here?
So, I was fortunate enough to have been a United States Marine, right?
Yes.
Since I left the Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I have been, so it does something to you searching for adrenaline, right? I find all that adrenaline right in there, right inside that arena. When those boys get inside that chute, they're surrounded in steel with an animal that can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. These boys, they climb in this chute knowing and willing that they know this is the most dangerous time of their lives. If that bull decides to do something, it can fling him into that chute in front of him, behind him, under him, and they are okay with this danger.
Yeah.
So that moment, as I'm standing out in the arena and I'm looking at it, and I have my microphone in my hand, and I'm just kind of explaining that moment to the crowd. I'm building something up, so when that chute gate comes flying open, I have the best seat in the house, hands down. It's by design. It wasn't an accident. It's by design. I have this seat, and I have to let everybody back here know what's happening, what I feel, because it's that intense. It is that dangerous, and I love what I get to do. Love it.
Now, you're friends with these bull riders and cowboys that are putting themselves in danger. Of course, you love the adrenaline rush and the thrill. How much of it are you anxious to? Like, man, I don't want to see my buddy get hurt. Like,
so I don't want my buddies to get hurt, but they know full and well what they signed up for.
Yeah.
And they know they can. I don't want them to see them get hurt. I hope somebody records the wreck, because, I mean, it's part of the show.
So let's talk about the show. What are the specific events that people are going to see? Because obviously you think rodeo, you know somebody's going to be on a horse or a cattle or something. What can you actually see if you lay them out for us?
So we have that bull ride, and usually it opens the show, because that's the first list of guys that are going up to win some money later on in the night. And we got to weed some of those guys out. After that, we're going to have the bronc ride, saddle bronc riding.
Yep.
Now, saddle bronc riding is really easy. One day, some 100 years ago, I'm certain two ranchers were sitting around a fireplace, having a beer, saying, my cowboy can sit a horse better than yours.
Yeah.
They probably placed a bet, and we have saddle bronc riding.
Love it.
And now, same deal, those guys will get on one of those chutes, on one of those horses, they're gonna hang on for dear life. That chute gate's gonna open up, and that horse is gonna come ripping and roaring. They are not broken. They do not touch people. People don't touch them. These are wild horses, basically.
Yeah.
They're not mean.
Yeah.
But they work for 8 seconds. Then they go back to the pens. They have their alfalfa hay. Then they go back to their pasture for the rest of the week until they get on the truck to come to another rodeo. So at that point, Tyler will come out, he'll do an act, we'll get some people laughing as all the girls in the barrel racing are getting ready. So now this is where your speed comes in. This is where yesterday we had a girl run 13.9 seconds, I think it was.
Yeah.
which is phenomenally fast.
Okay.
So everybody here is competing. It's
Yeah.
a competition. Everybody pays an entry fee. Everybody has an opportunity to win. In rodeo, we do things a little differently. We don't have participation trophies. That doesn't exist.
At all.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
You don't win, you don't walk home with anything.
You don't win, you better hope you save some gas money. So when you come here and you get under these Saturday or Friday night lights, I can assure you 3 things. 1, you're gonna see something you've never seen before. 2, you are going to have a blast. 3, you're hooked.
The lore of the rodeo continues to evolve, blending tradition with modern influences while also preserving the spirit of the American West. Rodeo events are not only competitions, but also celebrations of Western heritage and the equestrian life in the Palm Beaches.